To host a Formula E race on a street track was an attractive one, but it comes with expensive investment on the infrastructure required. Organisers, E-Movement, are happy with the progress thus far. eNCA's Justin Ford took a ride on the route and he brings us the story.
Africa, South Africa, Cape Town, are you ready for the inaugural Formula E race here in Cape Town? It's been years since this concept came to Ian Banner, the chairman of E-Movement, along with the city of Cape Town and the guys at Formula E. We are going to go along the route, chat to Ian in his electric car, and that is the pure example of living e-mobility.
With a build of this magnitude, people can't believe we started building a month ago. But that's what it takes, because it's an area of 2.8 kilometers that we've got to cover. And it's a build. Remember, this is a street circuit, so every single thing has to be built. As we drive around here, and as you see, we have got our barriers and fences. We have 2,100 of these blue barriers that line the street now. They're 4.3 tons in weight, and we've got our 250 kilogram debris fence on top. By the 22nd, we do our safety review of everything in full build. So 3 days before we race, we do the little last minute tweaks. So Justin, it's the barriers and the fences. That's 1, 2, 5 bridges, 3 of which are already up. We're building 22,497 to be exact seats. It's an ongoing sequence of events that are well scheduled, well planned. We're at about 16,500 tickets sold. We also, I'm pleased to say, have a 350 Rand ticket, which is I call it an experience ticket. For 350 bucks, you can come to the A track. You're not sitting in a grandstand seat, but you've got hospitality, you've got giant screens, you've got some visibility of the track. You can go and visit Electric, which is our festival of E, all things E, bicycles, one-wheelers, scooters. We want to educate the public as to what e-mobility is about.
Ian, so the initial capital layout for the street track was carried by E-Movement. Does this make things easier for any future races when it comes to return on investment?
It's a massive capex program, so as you said, barriers, fences, 5 bridges, 17,000 new seats, and 11 brand new garages that we've built. And you've, I'm sure, seen the time lapse on the camera, of the build of the garages. They're going to be housing McLaren and Maserati and Porsche and Jaguar, Nissan. It's sad to only have one utility a year, in other words, one use. I think there's already an inquiry from a potential new event, a hill climb in Cape Town. But essentially they're dedicated to Formula E and they're ready for the next 20 years.
Work that has been done on the barriers, on the fencing, it's obviously all things that have been done locally. Yeah. How proud are you to have been able to have contributed to the economy?
I'm extremely proud of the labour force and of the contractors who did the work. It was Cape Contours who did our barriers and fences. Similarly, Quebecer, our fencing contractors, we had to source from Max Steel 487 tons of steel. The guys there, 70% of that labor force had been laid off. They didn't have jobs. They were re-employed because of this. I went to visit both factories to thank every worker individually, and in fact, the Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Windy, very kindly came as well.
With that teamwork, the dream has worked, and within days we most certainly will have what will be the highlight in the Cape Town events calendar.